Hey everyone, welcome aboard. Be honest. How many times have you heard the phrase, this is the Bitcoin killer, or this is the new Ethereum? Probably 100 times. The crypto market is overflowing with promises. Thousands of coins, dogs, frogs, artificial intelligence. It's enough to make your head spin. But what if I told you there is a project that is actually not a blockchain at all? A project that operates faster than Visa. A project run not by anonymous hackers in hoodies, but by Google, IBM, Boeing, and LG. Does that sound like sci-fi, or maybe like a boring corporate story? Don't jump to conclusions. Today we are breaking down Hedera Hashgraph and its native token, HBAR. Many call this project the sleeping giant. Others say it is the only technology capable of operating at a planetary scale, and some hate it for its corporate ties. In the next 15 minutes, we are going to untangle this knot together. I will explain complex things in simple language. We will learn why Hedera is not a blockchain and why that's awesome. How gossip helps move money. Why do Google and Dell need this token? And most importantly, does HBAR have the potential to make you richer? Or has that train already left the station? Get comfortable. Put away the charts. Forget the market noise. Let's understand the fundamentals. Part 1. It's not blockchain. It's hashgraph. Let's start with the hardest part to get it out of the way immediately. You often hear Hedera Hashgraph. What is a hashgraph? Look, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. These are blockchains. Imagine a blockchain as an old-fashioned train or a queue at a store. Transactions, your transfers, are people. They line up in a chain, one after another. For a transaction to go through, it must get into a carriage, a block. The carriage fills up with people. The doors close. The train leaves. The next train is in 10 minutes, like Bitcoin, or 12 seconds, like Ethereum. If there are too many people, the line grows. Tickets get expensive, fees go up. This is a linear structure. Slow, reliable but slow. Now imagine Hashgraph. Imagine you are in a huge stadium during a concert, or at a loud party. You want to pass news, a transaction to your friend. You tell him. He tells 2 of his friends. They tell 4 more. Information spreads not in a chain, but like a virus, explosively, chaotically but incredibly fast. In a second, the entire stadium knows the news. In Hedera technology, this is called by the beautiful term gossip about gossip. Computers in the network nodes constantly gossip with each other, passing information about transactions. They don't need to wait for a train. They don't need to line up. They just shout the news to everyone around. And here is where the magic happens. Thanks to special math, we won't go into it, just trust me, the network knows exactly in what order events happened without needing to mine blocks. What does this give us, regular users? Speed. Bitcoin does 7 transactions per second, Ethereum about 30-50. Hedera in its current state does 0 transactions per second, and it can scale up to hundreds of thousands. Finality. This is a scary word, but important. In Bitcoin, you send money and wait 1 confirmation, 2 confirmations. You are not 100% sure until time passes. In Hedera, a transaction is considered irreversible in 3-5 seconds. Click the button, money is there. Period. Security. It uses the ABFT protocol. Simply put, this is military-grade cryptography. Mathematically, it is harder to hack this network than any existing blockchain. So remember, HBAR is not a blockchain. It is the next generation. It's like comparing the telegraph to fiber optic internet. Part 2. Corporate monsters and the governing council. Now, let's move on to what investors love about Hedera and what crypto anarchists hate. Who runs all of this? In Bitcoin, there is no boss. There are miners. In Ethereum, there is Vitalik Buterin and the foundation, but Hedera has the governing council. Imagine King Arthur's round table, only instead of knights, representatives of the world's largest companies are sitting there. I'm not joking. Let me name a few names that are on this council and own Hedera nodes, servers. Google, IBM, Boeing, yes, the airplanes, LG, Electronics, Deutsche Telekom, Europe's largest telecom operator, Ubisoft, creators of Assassin's Creed, DBS Bank, Shinhan Bank, Asia's largest banks, and 24 other giants like them. In total, there should be 39 companies on the council. Each has an equal vote. Google has exactly the same power as UCL University. No one can seize power. Each company sits on the council for a maximum of 2 terms of 3 years. Why is this cool for a beginner? Because this is trust. Do you really think Google or Boeing would participate in some shady scheme to take money from the public? Their reputation is worth more than trillions. If these guys are building on Hedera, it means they have vetted the technology inside and out with their armies of lawyers and engineers. This guarantees that the project won't disappear tomorrow like another meme coin. Why do crypto purists hate this? Because it is centralization. Cryptocurrency was created to get away from corporations. And Hedera says, guys, let's be honest. If we want the whole world to use crypto, we need corporations. Hedera is a bridge between the wild world of crypto and the strict world of big business. And so far, it is the strongest bridge in existence. Part 3. Real-world use cases. Where does it work? Okay, you might say, the tech is cool, Google is in, but where is it used? Can I buy a pizza with it? The main problem with most cryptocurrencies is that nobody needs them except speculators. We buy them to sell them for more. Hedera is utility. It is fuel for software to run. Let's look at real examples that are working right now. Not in plans for 2030, but today. Example 1. Atma.io by Avery Dennison. You buy Adidas sneakers or a jacket. It has a tag with a QR code. Avery Dennison, a packaging giant, uses Hedera to track billions of items. Each item is a transaction on the Hedera network. Where it was made, where it was shipped, what carbon footprint it left. Right now, as I speak, Atma.io is generating thousands of transactions per second. It is the most used crypto service in the world. And for every transaction, a tiny fraction of HBAR is burned. Example 2. The Coupon Bureau, coupons in the USA. In America, the discount coupon industry is worth hundreds of billions of dollars. And there is a huge problem with fraud. Now, a unified digital coupon standard is being created on Hedera. You go to a store, beep your phone, and the system instantly verifies the coupon via Hashgraph. Fast, cheap, no fraud. This means that every housewife in the US will soon be using Hedera without even knowing it. Example 3. Karate Combat. Do you love sports? Karate Combat is the first fan-controlled sports league. Everything there is built on Hedera. You vote for fighters, place bets, receive rewards. Everything is fast, lag-free, and with minimal fees. Example 4. Tokenization, BlackRock, and others. Recently, there was news that shares of a BlackRock fund, the largest fund in the world, were tokenized on Hedera. What does this mean? It means shares are turned into digital tokens so they can be easily bought and sold 24/7. The world is moving towards digitizing all real estate, stocks, and gold. And Hedera is the main candidate for the platform role for this because it is secure and compliant. Part 4. Tokenomics. What is HBAR and why buy it? Now let's talk about money. Are we investors here or what? The network token is called HBAR. Why is it needed? fuel, gas. Any operation on the network, transferring money, recording data, running a smart contract, costs money. You pay HBAR. Security. Nodes, servers, hold HBAR in staking to secure the network. Hedera's unique feature: fixed fees. In Ethereum, the fee depends on the price of Ether and congestion. Today a transaction costs 1, tomorrow to 50. Business cannot operate like that. In Hedera, prices are fixed in US dollars. Transferring money always costs 0.0001. Creating a token always costs 1. But you pay an HBAR. How does it work? If the HBAR price drops, you need more coins to pay. If the HBAR price rises, you need fewer coins. This is genius for business. They always know their budget. Supply and inflation. There are 50 billion HBAR in total. No more can be printed. Currently, about 70%, around 35 billion, are in circulation. Previously, investors were afraid of Hedera because tokens were unlocking very quickly. Early investors sold, the price fell. But the good news for 2024 newcomers, the scariest unlocks are behind us. The bulk of the coins are already on the market. Seller pressure has weakened. Where to store and stake? You cannot send HBAR to an Ethereum address. Be careful. Hedera has its own address format, e.g. 0, 12,345. The best wallets, Hashpack or Blade Wallet. They install as a browser extension or a phone app. Right in the wallet, you can click the stake button. You choose a node, for example Google or LG, and earn passive income. A plus of Hedera staking. Your coins are not locked. You can withdraw them at any second. No penalties. This is called liquid staking. The percentage is small, about 1-2% annually, but it is an absolutely risk-free addition to your portfolio. Part 5. Risks and prospects. Should you get in? I'm not going to lie to you and say HBAR will be worth 100 tomorrow. Let's be realistic. What are the downsides and risks? Marketing. For a long time, Hedera had terrible marketing. They talked to factory directors, not regular people. There is little hype about them on Twitter. Few bloggers shout about them. Although now the situation is changing. Competition. Solana, Aptos, Sui, they are all fast and modern. The fight for a place under the sun is fierce. Regulation. Although Hedera tries very hard to be friendly with the law, in the crypto world there is always a risk that the SEC, U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, will come up with something new. But, thanks to the Governing Council, Hedera has a stronger position here than loaners. Prospects. Many analysts believe that in the new growth cycle, when big institutional money, funds, banks, comes to the market, they won't go into meme coins. They will go into understandable, regulated projects with real-world applications. And HBAR stands in the front row here. If you believe that blockchain and Hashgraph will be integrated into real business, logistics, medicine, banking, then HBAR is perhaps the safest bet on this sector. It's not a bet on a casino. It's a bet on the infrastructure of the future internet. So, let's summarize. HBAR is enterprise-grade technology. Fast, cheap, green, eco-friendly. Giants like Google stand behind it. It is already working in the real world, processing billions of operations. To buy or not? Only you can decide. Always do your own research. DWAR. But if you are looking for something reliable, something that won't disappear in a year, and that has the potential to grow multiple times due to real utility, not hype, take a closer look at Hedera. Perhaps this sleeping giant is already starting to wake up, and it's better to be on the train before it reaches full speed. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about the corporate governance model? Is it evil or necessary? Subscribe to the channel, like the video if this breakdown was useful, and see you in the next videos. Bye.